Okay, so maybe you did nickel on your own, maybe not, but I'm going to work through these examples, but I'm going to work them on the periodic table because I need to see that in order to kind of show you how to do this. So let me zoom in real quick. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to go through nickel, so normal configuration, and then I'm going to do the abbreviations, show you how to do that for phosphorus, strontium, and zinc. Okay, so I'm going to do all those on the other page because I need that periodic table. So I'm going to slide over here to the end where I've got that periodic table. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that. And let's go ahead and just go through this. So once again, this area right here where we've got scandium, that's the area that we got to be worried about right here because that's where the overlap is at. Okay, so everything is off by 1, and so scandium is not in period 4, energy level 4, row 4. That is going to be for the D block. That's 3D. Okay, so that's really important for you to remember. Okay, so this is the thing that gets us in trouble right there. Okay, so this is really straightforward. This is, once you have the pattern, you have it. Now I want to talk about what IB does. IB really restricts these types of questions to this area and above. That is not a guarantee on one of my tests, so I could test you in different areas. But in IB, and I do take most of my questions from IB, the IB curriculum basically goes up to krypton, and so you're dealing with these areas. But what that means is that a lot of times you're not dealing with the F block, which is kind of nice. So you're not dealing with the F block. So anyway, that is just something that I always point out, is that we might practice it a little bit harder than it actually is because IB is a little kinder in what you have to memorize. So, okay, let's take a look at the next one, nickel. Okay, so nickel. So here we go. And nickel is right in the middle right here. There's nickel, number 28. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to be going to 28. And so that's where we want to land. So remember, you just want to land on every one of these. And so if you do that, then you're going to be fine. So we're just counting like a book. And so off we're going to go. We're going to start in row 1. So we're starting right here. So we just want to ask ourselves, what row am I in? What block am I in? And then how many spaces am I going to move? Okay, so those are the key things that we're thinking about. All right, so we're in row 1. So that's 1. This is the S block. Hydrogen's in the S block. And then hydrogen and helium, that's 1s and 1,2. So 2 spaces. Stop right now, you did helium. So keep going. We're in row 2. This is the S block. And we're going to go space 1 and space 2. So lithium and beryllium, so 2s2. All right. Okay, so let's keep on going. So we're going to be over here at boron. So this is still row 2. See, row 2 kind of keeps going. So that's still row 2. And this is the P block. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there we go. Takes us to neon. So now we're right here. Row 3, this is the S block. We want to do both of those. So that's sodium and magnesium, 3s2. And now we're here at aluminum. That's 3p and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, the max. And we come down here. We're in row 4, so that's 4s. And we're going to do 1 and 2. So potassium and calcium. And then here we go. 3D. We don't want to get caught on that. So 3D. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 3d8 lands us right there. So that's 3d8. And that is the correct configuration for the nickel. Now that's a full configuration. We're doing everything, but that's the configuration. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. Obviously, you can go back and look at it. I'm being kind of messy because I want you to see that I'm counting every single spot. I think that a common mistake by students is that they think that these configurations are somehow unique and that every one of them has its own path to finding the answer. And that's just not true. These configurations are very similar to each other. They are unique in the fact that they do have an ending that's different. But up into the ending, they're very similar to each other. And I think that that's a thing that students kind of struggle with. So, okay, let's talk about the abbreviation. So the abbreviated configuration can also be called, we can call it a noble gas core. That's another way to call it, noble gas core configuration, or abbreviated. They're the same thing. So noble gas core configuration or an abbreviated configuration mean that you get to start over here with one of the noble gases. So this gets to be your starting spot. So we get to start with one of these noble gases. And what happens is you can put that noble gas in brackets, and then that tells the reader, hey, I'm starting here. I'm not going to start over here with hydrogen. I'm going to start with one of these. And so that can be a big time saver. So I had phosphorus, strontium, and zinc in the notes. So I'm going to work through those. So we're going to do phosphorus first. So phosphorus is right here. Okay. So what noble gas would be the best place to start? The best place to start is going to be the one that is before phosphorus, but the closest. So that would land us right here at neon, because see, neon is 10. Right there, that's 10. And so we're wanting to go to 15. So that makes some sense, okay? So that's where we're going to go. We're going to start at neon. So how do I do that? The way I do that is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put neon in brackets like this. So that's like, hey, reader, I am starting at neon. So we are here. And now we're going to finish the configuration. So finishing the configuration means that you're going to come down here. And then you're going to keep going. So we're going to jump down. So we're at 10. Now we come down to 11, and then we're just going to keep going that way, right? We're just going to keep filling it up. So we're going to do sodium and magnesium. So sodium and magnesium. So that's going to be row 3, S block, 2 spaces, 3s2. Okay. I'm always asking myself these questions. What row am I in? What block am I in? And how many spaces? So it was row 3. Row 3, energy level 3, same thing. S block, and I went over 2 spaces. Okay, so I'm not done there. That just gets me to magnesium. So, oops, sorry, I didn't want to do that. So we're going to slide over this way. And so we're here at aluminum. So that's going to be 3. This is the P block, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces, just like that. Okay. So let's kind of clean that up. And so neon 3s2, 3p3. So that's a pretty big time saving, right? I mean, it gets you there pretty quick. So let's go ahead and take a bunch of this back off and start again. And we're going to go to a new element. And so that new element is going to be strontium. So we're going to do strontium. So here we go. Let's go and highlight strontium. And so we're going to be going here, and that's number 38. And that's pretty good, because what that's going to do is it's going to allow us, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. That's going to allow us to start at 36. So we're going to be able to start right here at Krypton. So we can start there. And then we can just finish the configuration. So actually, I'm going to zoom back out a bit. It's just a little too big there to see everything. So we're going to start there at Krypton. And so easy stuff. You're like, okay, boom, not a problem. I'm going to put Krypton in brackets. Nice, awesome shortcut. So I'm here, and now I'm going to be coming down to energy level 4. So that's 4s2. And oh, sorry, not 4s2. Sorry, that is totally incorrect. Totally incorrect. So we are lying to you. That happens, guys, when we're doing this stuff. You gotta watch me. So we're at 36. Doesn't make sense to go back to 19, right? So it doesn't make sense. So we're gonna go from 36 down to 37. So that's gonna be not a 4, but a 5s2. So we've corrected that. And it's a 1 and a 2. So this is the 1 and this is the 2. So that's why I go with the 2, because it lands on strontium. So my mistake there. I'm going a little too quick, but row 5, block S, spaces 2. So same pattern. All right, I'm going to finish up. Just got a little bit more time here on this. I'm going to do the last abbreviation. So let me kind of clean this up. All right. Okay, there you go. And we're back to normal. And we're going to go to zinc this time. So let's try and do this one a little bit better, huh? So there's zinc. All right, well, it looks like zinc is going to go back over here to argon again. So we're going to go start at argon. So let's go ahead and do that. Argon in brackets, not a big deal. And let's not do this incorrectly this time, right? So I'm here. So I'm at 18. So I've got to do 19. So that this time this is 4s. I'm going to go 1 and 2. And then 3D, I'm not going to get tricked by that because I remember that. And so 3D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 3D 10. And now we have zinc. So once again, it's kind of a pattern. Read left to right. Think to yourself every single time. Think, okay, what block am I in? What row am I in, and how many spaces am I going to be moving? That is just a very consistent way to think about these things. And I think that you'll do fine if that's the way you approach it. Okay, so just this is such a basic thing, but just thinking about it in that way is going to help you a lot. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and slide back here real quick, and we can kind of look at what we were filling in. So you guys are filling in all of this on example 10. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause it here, and we're going to jump into the